Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Today is one of those days where we call it a Ravelry day. I'm looking at patterns, I'm doing everything but actually working on my yarn stuff. Yeah. Have I knit anything today? No, I have not. I touched yarn and I definitely have my iPad out and I have been looking at things. I have ideas. I definitely have ideas, but I haven't worked on anything. I think it's the procrastination, the excuse mode. I don't know, but I found lots of things. Want to come see? Want to come see? Want to find out? So what got me onto this is I was in my room and everything, and I looked at this beautiful, beautiful yarn. This is leftovers, about 35 grams left in this ball. It was a 100-gram skein of yarn. And this is some of the stuff that I got from on Etsy. This is Your Magic Yarn on Etsy. And that is the logo right there, Your Magic Yarn on Etsy. I am not affiliated. I have ordered. Of course I did. Oh, of course I did. Because the skeins were gorgeous. All right. For a 100-gram skein of yarn and a 20-gram mini, they're on sale right now for $24.50. So there's a 30% off. That's how much I paid for them. I got it on a sale like this too, but they are on sale. And then if it's a skein of yarn with two minis, it's $29.40. And you know, I'm not the one for minis. We know this because what do you do with the mini? I don't know. It confuses me, but I keep buying them. Well, I bought a bunch. Okay, I bought a bunch of the skeins and I haven't done everything with them that I should do. I mean, look at that. I bought it with the mini. I didn't have to. I could have got it by itself, but I got it with the mini. And look at this one. Oh my gosh, is that not amazing? So I got these with the minis and I'm like, I want to do something with them. Now I did. And that's why I have, oh, there's more over here. Oh, one moment, please. Let me grab that one. Oh. Did I show my butt on camera? I hope not. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna, if I did, just, you never saw it, okay? I mean, look at these. I got these gorgeous things, and I want to make something with them. Oh, I am just dropping, okay, that's fine, it can drop. Well, we know I did with this one. I had to go look in. Oh my gosh. So I have the skein of yarn. This is leftovers from one of the 100-gram skeins of yarn. And you're like, what did you make with it? Socks. I made socks. Where were they? Don't know. I went to my sock bin. So how many socks did I make this year? I don't know. I went to my sock bin to grab the yellow pair out because obviously that's the leftover. I do remember making it. And that is, look at this. Isn't that pretty? So this one, I believe, I'll have to look it up again. I believe we got this as a free pattern on nitty.com. And what cracked me up about this is when you turned it upside down, that's the angel lace pattern that I, without the bobble for the head, see, you'd have a bobble right there, right? And that looks like the same pattern, the angel that I put up the sleeves of a sweater I made for my sister. So of course I had to do that. So I have this beautiful pair of socks, and that is, so I did use the yarn so I can order again. I know it's yarn math. Okay. You're like, but you just showed a whole bunch of skeins of yarn that aren't used. I know that, but this was also in the order and I used it. And in my world, that means I use the yarn. You're like, there's like a year supply of yarn right there, you know, depending on how fast you are. I know that's details. Okay. That's, we don't need to play with that. That's negativity. And this is not a negativity space. So we're just not going to count that. So I use the yarn. So it's time to order more. That's how that works. Okay. So I've got all these gorgeous skeins and I want to do something fun. And then of course I had to go looking at the website. That was stupid, right? Because there's always more colors because, you know, whether it's Your Magic Yarn, yeah, that's who this is, Your Magic Yarn, okay? Whether it's this dyer or another dyer, they make beautiful things, okay? There's a lot of dyers that make gorgeous things. And if they sell out, they'll generally make more, right? And what I liked with this is the colors are, oh, look, and I got a gift too. See a little tag? Handmade with, it says handmade unlimited or limited edition. So I can sew that onto whatever I make. So I got two little tags with my order. I didn't know I was getting those. That's cool. So I've got all this gorgeousness and I know originally I wanted to do some kids clothes with it. I know. because it's so pretty. And then we do have the babies. Noah is our youngest, and he's 5 months going on 6 months. I cannot believe that. So that is our youngest grandchild. Felicity's 3. She's a very gorgeous, petite little 3-year-old girl. And we have another little boy due to arrive next year, early next year. So I have options to make things for baby boys. And this one I definitely wanted to, I was just drooling over, I mean, I love my oranges, and just, that's just great. And we're getting into the fall, kind of. We've had a couple, I'm in Colorado, we've had a couple of cool days, not really cold, but just enough to say, hi, guess what's coming right around the corner. And if you're one of the people that does the, I'm going to go buy the coffee drinks and everything, I think, you know, White Girl Special pumpkin spice latte, I think that's what it is. I think that's back in season if you're one of those. And that's not the color of this, but that's the color of this. You know what I mean? I mean, that's right there. I thought I had another brown one. I guess not. I thought maybe this is the only one. But with a small one, I don't know if I'd want to do that right now or not. I could make a little cardigan for Noah, because he's the newest, right, little boy and everything, out of this, a nice little fall time cardigan. I think that would work, and that should be enough yarn. This is 420 meters. Oh, this is a 75% merino, 25% nylon, hand-dyed yarn. All right, and it doesn't say superwash on it. I doubt that it, even if it is, when you make something hand wash, even when it says superwash, you might not want to throw it in the washing machine and dryer, if you know what I'm getting at. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but you might not want to. So this doesn't specifically say, but I think you really want to hand wash. And Noah has 3 older siblings, so you know, baby, it's mom and daddy, it's a family of 6, right? They got big family, so they do hand wash their knit items. I do know that, but I don't know if that's really fair, but I know they do that, so that might not be so bad. So I was looking at that. I was looking at all sorts of things, and you know, I'm scrolling through here. Look at this. Look, I'm scrolling through those colors. Do you see this fuzzy thing? What is that? That's a new thing. I don't know if she had those before. Super Kid Mohair. I have been buying mohair lately. I've got mohair. I get it at the local yarn store. I've got some of the Surrey alpaca and the mohair type blends, whether it's actual mohair or not, but it's that fuzzy stuff. And it's been calling to me. I gotta use it. Okay, so if you have some really cool things that you use yours with, let me know, because I've been buying it and I haven't been using it. Of course, I've been buying a lot and haven't been using it. But you know, that's just, okay, that's that negativity and the details that we're not talking about. But this is another one that interests me. This is 50 grams of mohair, and it's got neon yarn. Okay, of course. Hand-dyed Super Kid mohair, 50 grams, neon yarn, pinks, yellows, super soft. What's the yardage on this? Oh, 500 meters. So this would be, you could, ooh, I did see a pattern. I did see, I'll have to find that one because that's not like saved right here. I did see one really cool with Ravelry that was mohair, using like one strand of mohair, and it was a pretty top. Did I favorite it? Nope. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Did I look at like 100 patterns today and I'm not gonna be able to look at my history? Yes. Yes, I did. Am I exaggerating a little? Slightly. A lot? Not really. All right, so it's not there. I know I opened it up. Yeah, I don't know. I did. I saw one. It was pretty. It was a mohair type top. I do remember that. That's okay. But there's other things like this one right here. I don't know how long this one's free. This is the Marguerite Cardigan, and it is free for a very limited time. I grabbed it. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now, if I were to do that, oh, that would be really cool with the colorful stuff too. I don't know. So I went searching. This is how my mind goes. I went searching. I'm like, all right, I want to use some of that Magic Land yarn that I have, because, I mean, come on, that's what I want to do. I used part of one skein, and I'd like to use some of that other ones. This would be so much fun. This would be so much fun. And then I kept looking at wearables. Well, I'm not going to get a wearable for me out of that much yarn. I don't think, right? Oh, wait. Okay, maybe if I... Ha-ha! Okay, so I've got a purple mini there. They don't have to be in the whatever they're, you know, so I got 3 minis. Yep. And I had that beautiful one, so I could do that. And that could mix, I don't know. But if I wanted to do that, that might work. I could do that. I could mix the minis too. Yeah, I think, what do you think? Do you think all of these could go in a project together? I mean, that's awfully purple. You'd have to stripe it. You had the purple, stripe the purple in with the neon, and then you have all the little minis and stuff. I think that would work, like a fade type of a situation. That might work. And, you know, that's 260 grams. Now for me, for an actual sweater, I use a full solid 400 grams. I definitely do. But there are some other things, you know, some larger gauged stuff where you would take that, if I were to use the fingering, take the fingering weight and use like a 6 or a 7 on the needles. It would be more airy, more see-through kind of a situation, more lacy, you know, and wouldn't use as much yarn in that aspect. So I don't know. I don't think that I'm going to be able to get a garment for me that I would want to wear in public. Do they have a lot of tank tops and crop tops that would be close? Yes. Yes, they do. I did find a lot like that, but Nana does not wear tank tops and crop tops. It's a choice. It is. Could I? Sure. Why not? No, I'm not going to do that, but there are some really cute ones. So I went looking through things and then I came across this one, Warm Brew Mittens. And this is nice. Look at that. Those are pretty. I like the cables on those. And that is Warm Brew Mittens by Joanne Bint. And it is a free pattern, which is wonderful, right? We like free patterns. Okay, so is it reversible? So you've got the little dots or the slight texture on the one side of the mitt. And then, oh, okay, so that's the top. And you only have the cables just going up towards the thumb area. Okay, that's interesting. That would be neat. So you just have a little bit of detail. And of course with that, seeing that, I was thinking of this particular skein right here. If I didn't do a garment, I think that would be quite lovely. We've already established I make fingerless mitts, but I don't really wear them. But so what? So what? If they're fun to make, I'll make them and somebody will love them. That's what's happened in the past. I make pretty things and people come by and they end up taking them, and that's fine with me because I don't want to keep everything. But that's not what I wanted to go with. I was looking for maybe a hat, maybe something simple. So then I'm looking at this one. It's called Melted Butter by Ruta Sab, and I have been following her for quite some time. This one right here, it's got a lot of twisted stitches, very similar. I think I've got that stitch pattern in one of my Japanese stitch books, that particular design. And I think that is beautiful. But I was looking at my highly variegated yarns, and do I care? I mean, bottom line, you can do anything you want to with whatever. And I think, you know, on that, it would be more appropriate with this. Gorgeous. Oh my God. We know I like that color. Of course I have. We know this. It'd be more appropriate with this. This one is Ultimate Sock by Malabrigo, and the color is number 13. My lucky number, right? Yeah. It's my birthday. But anyway, but that would be more appropriate to show all of those twisted stitches and get that lace design in that beautifulness. So it's kind of funny when I'm looking at different things and I'm seeing this and I've got all this highly variegated and I'm finding these beautiful patterns for semi-solid or kettle dyed or something where the pattern can really speak. Well, I'm wanting something a little bit simpler where the yarn just yells, right? I want that. All right, we'll keep searching. I think I found it. This is a paid for pattern right here. This is called Prism Twist Reversible Hat. If you've been knitting for a while, you can look at it if you choose to and probably make it without purchasing the pattern. It's a $6 pattern. And look at this. So that's a reversible. I like that. Just the waffle stitch. Now, didn't I make 1 or 2 sweaters for my husband with a very similar stitch or a variation on that? Yes, I've got that stitch down pat. That right there, it looks like knit 1 round. The next round, you're knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, then knit 1, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2. That's the pattern. Now, do I know that for a fact? Have I bought it? No, but just by looking at it, that's what it looks like to me to create that design. And I think with that highly variegated yarn, that design holds up really, really well. And I'm looking at all my beautiful things. I'm like, oh, I could do that with one of these. I know I dropped some. I had more. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be stunning? I mean, you know, I've got even the mini is dyed right there. So like you got a dyed mini on that one too. But that right there with that pattern, I think is gorgeous. In this particular one, if you did, I'm playing with my yarn. If you did decide, hey, I want to buy that pattern, hey, you do what you want to with your money. The reverse side, so here's the one side right there, and it's that knit around, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2. And then the other side is a stockinette with like a little daisy stitch in the center. So you've got, it's like, here we go. See? So that is very similar to what those wonderful people that you are, whoever you are, that have an Addy machine or a Centro machine or something like that. And when you make those doubled hats, that's kind of what this one is. They're just using different stitches, but that's what the design of that is. And then you can fold it in on itself and there you have it. But I do like that texture, and I think that would be a fun one. And it was wonderful to see this beautiful hand-dyed yarn and how gorgeous it looked with just that simplistic design. I think that's probably the best bet to go if I want to go that route. And you know, whether I do doubled or singled, I tend to do singled with the hats, but you know, I'm in Colorado, you can definitely do doubled. But all right, and let's see, I have another one. This one I think is gorgeous, and let's see, that would be good with this one too. That would be good with this one, but I think it would also be spectacular. Look at this. Look at this. That is like a jungle scene, beautiful gloriousness to me. And this is a crochet pattern. This one is a paid for pattern. This is called Climbing Vine Hat by Natalia. Sorry, I don't mean to be massacring people's names. This is why I don't normally say them. Okay, I'm gonna just show you. So look at that. Look at that. That is a crocheted hat right there, and that is stunning. Climbing Vines hat. Isn't that beautiful? And right now on Ravelry, they're showing that as $5.49. I don't have that one currently, but that is a crochet pattern, and I think if you're going to use one of these, wouldn't this be stunning with that? With the patterns and everything, and you've got front post, and you probably have back post crochets in that one too. I'm not sure, but you definitely have the front post, just giving that dimensional pattern to that with the crochet. Oh my gosh, that would be this one right here to me. That one out of the ones that I have would be stunning. So I'm kind of looking at, I'm like, I want to use some, and you know, because I don't want to play with the things that I have on the needles and hooks today. I know. And I already showed this one because, well, hello, that's lace and gorgeousness. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I am not tackling that right now. I am not. Do I think that that would necessarily be hard? Not really. No, but it's 900 to 1500 yards of lace weight yarn that you're working on, size 4s and 6s. So you're not even using tiny needles, okay? Not really. 4s and 6s. So that's what I mean. You can, if you can do 4s and 6s on lace weight yarn and come up with that, look at that, then you know you can do larger needles than 4s and 6s on fingering weight yarn and still have that beautiful drape and that open airiness and stuff. Are you going to see your bra through it? Yeah, probably. Okay, but all right. Camisole if you wanted to do something, if you know, wear a camisole underneath, but you could do that. So that's another way to make things work out. I don't know. So I think I need to step away from my iPad. I need to maybe go play with some things that I have currently on the needles. Stop this. I'm not sure. Or if it continues to talk to me, I'm going to start something else. What should I start? I really like those fingerless mitts. I don't wear them though. I really like those warm brew fingerless mitts. Those are really pretty. And I'm really pushing off on doing a baby garment, but I want to do a baby garment. I want to do a baby garment. And it's like, which one do I want to do? And those are all my, you know, the knitting ones that I was looking at right there. Do I have one of my baby books right here? Do I have one of the, nope, I don't. I don't have a baby book right there. I've got all the other ones. I thought I had one of the crocheted kids books sitting there, but I don't. So I got all that. Oh, you wanted to see one else? Something I found that I personally think is super exciting. Okay, so we know I just found these. How big does that look? Does that look small? That looks small. Okay, I just made this for my daughter-in-law because I'm like, I don't have any daughter. My daughter-in-law has the smallest feet. And with me making the, you know, whatever amount of socks that I'm trying to make per year, I think I hit it. I think I did. I didn't have any for her specifically. She has the smallest feet. So, you know, you can't get big feet socks on little person. That's not cool. So I made these specifically for her. Well, when I went searching for these look small. Did I make these for her? Do I have choices for her? That would be so cool. You know, because I don't know. They're similar in size. They are similar in size. I think this one's just a tad bit bigger, but they are similar in size. I think that she might have a choice. I think that I did have her covered. I didn't remember. I did not remember that I had her covered. And that was the big thing of, I've got to make something for her that will specifically fit her. I believe, I had to pull everything out. I believe I have enough socks right now for everybody to get at least one pair of socks at Christmas. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and we're in September and I still have socks on the needles that I'm working on. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. So that's really cool. These were not in my bin. I recently counted and I thought I counted 8 or 9. I don't know. But I've got, I don't know if I'm counting the toe socks for my husband. We gotta count the toe socks for my husband. What I mean by that is I made him a pair for our anniversary, and I don't normally do that. So I gave him a pair for our anniversary. And then I made the his and hers. That was the colorway of Blood of My Enemies by another hand dyer. And so I have the sparkle version and the non-sparkle version. So I don't think those count for the 10 pair that are for giveaway. And yeah, this is crazy. I don't know how many pairs I've made this year. If I'd stopped giving them away before Christmas, we'd tell. I don't know. But that's 2 pairs of toe socks, and I gave 1 pair for my daughter-in-law, the same person I think that this is going to go to away this year. That's 3 pair at least that I've given away, and I think I gave 1 to a niece. Yeah, I gotta stop that. I mean, I don't know. I'm losing track. I might have to go back and look at my videos or something. I don't know how many I have. That's what I'm on. Total down the Ravelry rut, if you want to call it that, as opposed to playing with yarn. But I did get to touch yarn, right? I did get to touch yarn. I had this in my hands and all the other stuff, and I am jonesing to start some of that. That is such pretty yarn. I want to play with it. I got it for a reason. I liked, where'd my iPad go? I liked the fact that as a hand dyer, she's spot on. Right? She is spot on with some of the colors. Let me see. Can I find any of the colors that I personally... Ooh. Look at this one. Look at this one. I don't have it. This is gorgeous. This is right up my alley. I don't think she has color names. Just beautiful. Right? Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And the ones that I have personally, the ones that I have seen and the ones that I have personally, what's coming through on the screen is what you get. Okay, one caveat, and this is not a bash on her as a dyer or anything. To me personally, and this is just so, you know, hey, full honesty, full honest. Out of all of the ones that I got, the one that is not as vibrant as the picture, in my opinion, is this one right here, and I like it. This is beautiful. And this is what I mean. So here's the picture, right? And to me, that orange is more vibrant. Although this one on the end isn't quite as vibrant as the others, but we can see this, right? But a hand dyed is hand dyed. You're not always going to get exactly. Why am I pointing that out? Transparency. That's it. That's just my experience. And out of all of them that I have gotten, and that still is the picture, but all of them that I got, yeah, they are so bright, so vibrant. Let's see, there's some others. Oh, and then she has advent calendars. She has advent calendars. I mean, is that not crazy? Ooh, look at this. Oh, she didn't have this one before. This is, I don't know, look at these. These are minis. Look at that, little Halloween minis. Oh my gosh, those are so cool. Yeah, those are minis though. Nope, nope, nope. Get away, back away, back away. No, look at minis. Don't look at minis. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then look, okay, so I wanted to show you this. This is the single skein. Told you could get single skeins or with minis, but you know, this is, all right, I'm pulling it out. Oh, it's naked. That's this, like this. Look at that. Okay, that is that. That is that all day long. There you go. You've got the vibrance, you've got the fire, you've got the everything else. Yeah, it's just as beautiful and bright as, and those brights like that to be just as gorgeous, I don't know, that's just spectacular. And then I got minis. I voluntarily bought the minis to go with that. That's crazy. So they need to go together. They need to do something. I don't know. It needs to come off my shelf. That's all I'm saying. It needs to come off my shelf, and it needs to be dealt with. Yes, it does. It needs to be dealt with. Oh, let's see. I don't know when her sale ends. She's got a little countdown thing on here, but what I noticed with some of the different things with Etsy, they'll have like that countdown, but that doesn't mean that they're really going to expire in that time period. I think it just restarts. I really don't know. I know the first time that I ordered, I did order because, you know, the little countdown was there, and I went ahead and I ordered pretty quickly. And oh yeah, that's right, I got Erin involved. You know Erin from Crafting Kitty? Yeah, you should check her out too. But I got her involved. I'm like, hey Erin, did you see this? And Erin got colors that I didn't get, and oh my gosh, there's one like what is it? Like a sunset color, right? You know, the purples and the oranges and the yellows, you know, that beautiful sunset, Tijuana sunset or something. She got that one. I didn't, because I really didn't think that it would be as bright as the picture. I swear, that's really why I didn't get it. And she got it, and I was like, oh, mistakes were made. Oh my gosh, it was perfect. But then again, I haven't gone through some of this stuff too, so there's always pretty, right? Whatever you don't get today, there will be something else that shows up tomorrow. What is this? What is this? Oh, I don't have this. Look at that. I don't have that. Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. I don't have that. Oh, that is so pretty. Okay, I should not be looking at this. I should not be looking at this. I should not be looking at this. No more. Don't look at this one. Oh, here's a pretty good example. I think that is this one right here without the mini right here that I have. And that's this. So really, really spot on the way that they come across. Very much so. I want to find that really bright, fiery one. Does she not have it anymore? She might not. I mean, you know, yarn dyers retire things. I couldn't imagine retiring that one. Don't know. All right. Okay, one more page. One more page. I do not see the one that I was thinking of, which is good because then I don't have to be tempted to. Oh, there it is. There it is. I did not buy that because I did not think that it would be as bright and vibrant as what it is showing. I believe that is one of the colors that Erin from Crafting Kitty bought a while back. And yes, it is as bright and gorgeous as what that shows. That is hilarious. That is my fun time. If you have any suggestions for me to go ahead and work with some of these one skeins, and I don't think I got really colors that match each other, because why would I do that? This is so not my motive. That's, I mean, we've seen me with yarns. I think the closest stuff, and maybe when they're out of their skeins, I don't know, but do you think those could go, because this does have some hot pinks and purples and this has that flash, that those in a one project could? I think they could. I think if I were wanting to extend some of the yardage, doing that, and I have the 3 minis, I think those could, but none of the other ones really match. I really went complete differences on my colors because, yeah, this is why none of my stuff matches. This is 100% why. It's like, well, if you bought that many things, then some of it should match, shouldn't it? No, not at all. Not with my stuff, it doesn't. My stuff never matches. It just doesn't. I have to buy it specifically to match at the time, because afterwards it's just not going to. So I have procrastinated from actually doing any crafting long enough. I'm going to go and hang out with my hubby and probably procrastinate some more and scroll through, because I'm kind of in a scrolly mood right now. I really am. I'm searching. And it's not right there. I should probably go work on my Alice in Wonderland blankets. Yeah, blankets. That might be a good idea. I don't know. That's where we're at. With that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.